Alright, time to try something new, and this is going to be 10 disappointing games in my opinion. I'm not saying this is the top 10, and I know there's worse ones out there, but this is my personal, to the heart, 10 disappointing games, with some reasons why. I hope you guys enjoy.
Number 10.
LA Noire is a standalone game. It's something new, long, and fun every once in a while. The only problem is that it has the same problem that Grand Theft Auto has. It kinda gets repetitive. So you pull over and you go on a killing spree, or you beat the hell out of some people. You can't really do that on LA Noire, and that was one of the most disappointing factors on this game. I thought it was really fun to play, and I'm not saying it's a bad game, it's just I'm kinda disappointed you can't kill people. So that's why it's just number 10.
Number 9.
Warning. And in the beginning of this video I explained that this is my personal opinion. Most of you will probably not be happy with number 9. So, this is warning that I will not care, and that your comments will go unheard. Tread at your own will. Call of Duty has come a long way, from some idiot figuring out that he can look down his scope really fast, to an actual plot twist in the campaign, and some zombies. But Modern Warfare 3 does not show any of that progress. Unfortunately, it's just not worth the money that they're asking for. I think that they kind of rushed it out of the gate, and that's why I was really disappointed by it. It's number 9 because I kind of saw it coming, so I wasn't that shocked to see that it wasn't worth anything. Just redo World at War. I missed that one.
Number 8.
I've definitely experienced my fair share of poor campaigns, but Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City kind of tops it, or is a leading competitor for it. Unfortunately, this campaign seemed rushed and was very poorly written. The two endings are pretty much the same thing, and there's no climax in it whatsoever. Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield didn't need to be in it at all, but they threw it in there just for a fan favorite face. I mean, there was hope for this game, and luckily the multiplayer saved it a little bit. It was fun besides the fact that the community is in it.
Number 7.
When the Dead Island trailer came out, tears were jerked and emotions were punched in the face. Everyone was hoping for a really good game. Unfortunately, it didn't live up to the hype that the trailer brought to the table. The open sandbox and the hack and slash feature that people were worried about worked out really nice, and the environments were absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, some minor details ruined the game. The fact that all the weapons felt the same, the AI was really bad, and the whole RPG element needed just to be taken out. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoyed jumping into a game with a low level and absolutely slaughtering zombies. I did not like the fact that the zombies kept up with even level. I understand that this makes the game challenging, but it also makes it extremely frustrating. I got aggravated when I got into a fight with 2 or more zombies, and then just get taken down right away, just because they match my level, no matter what weapons I brought to the table. I still enjoyed the game from time to time, and it was really fun for its first playthrough through.
Number 6.
I love resistance games. The idea of a smaller group of people standing up and fighting against a larger group for something they believe in is really entertaining and can make for a damn good story. Unfortunately, Homefront just didn't reach that level. The campaign was way too short, and it had the directional aspect. You know what I mean, to shoot these people when I tell you to, go this direction, go that direction. It didn't give you a lot of free space to walk around in. It also lacked in emotion. You didn't really connect with anybody. You saw some gruesome parts, but not anything to hit home, really. And with that 4-hour-long stretch, it wasn't really worth playing. It was really disappointing. Luckily, the multiplayer was there. It had a new aspect with points, to where you earned points by doing well. And then you could buy tanks, vehicles, armor, stuff like that. There was no get 7 kill streaks and unlock a nuke or anything like that. It was really entertaining and really good. Unfortunately, none of the game modes stood out besides the team deathmatches, which were huge. Full games were chaos and fun. Small games, kind of annoying. But I got on recently, played some matches, and had a ball.
Number 5.
Watching top 10s, I've learned one thing. People hate Duke Nukem. It is on the top of every top 10 list for rather worst game or most disappointing. The only thing is that people need to understand that this wasn't the Duke Nukem that we all know and love. This was an attempt at that. A poor attempt, but still an attempt. It was disappointing for that factor, but we all gotta keep in mind that this is still a video game. It was fun, it wasn't the best, but it was still pretty good. I miss Duke, and hopefully someone will try again later. But let's just leave it at that, and just know that the icon is at least trying to make his comeback.
Number 4.
Brink almost ended up being my number 1, but I give it the benefit of the doubt. I had high expectations for Brink because of the fact that it was trying to change the first-person shooter aspect altogether. Unfortunately, it was just an unfinished game. There really wasn't much to the multiplayer, and the campaign was the multiplayer. The AI was just foolproof retarded, and it got really old after your first playthrough. I ended up making 10 guys and barely playing the game. If they would have kept this game in development for a couple more months, we would have had a classic, but unfortunately it was rushed out and it was lazily put together.
Number 3.
I loved Soul Calibur 4, even when it came to Little Yoda, who was a bastard to fight against. But Soul Calibur 5 was a huge letdown compared to that one. It was really bad in the eyes of Soul Calibur 4. It just took out some key elements that made that game great. I can tell that they tried to do something new, but it wasn't working at all. The campaign was horrifically short, even for a fighting game. I rented it for 3 days and wanted to take it back as soon as I was done. I don't have much to say about this game because it was so disappointing. Even fighting against other people that were sitting right next to me could agree that it was horrible.
Number 2.
I'm a veteran when it comes to Fable games. I absolutely loved Fable 1. I gave Fable 2 the benefit of the doubt, but Fable 3 was absolutely horrible. I blame Fable 2 for this matter. They shouldn't have changed what Fable 1 was. It was an absolutely perfect game that should have got a well-deserved sequel. Fable 2 was not that sequel. It was toned and dumbed down from Fable 1, both for the storyline and the actual gameplay. I mean, the mechanics were childish compared to what Fable 1 was, and Fable 1 is a ridiculously old game. I did beat Fable 2, and it was an absolutely letdown ending, even worse than what I hear Fable 3 is. I mean, there wasn't even a boss battle. You just stood there until someone shot him, or you shot the dude yourself. The dog was a good idea, but people didn't really connect with the dog. There were no side quests to make it happier. It just pretty much just ran around with you and you could play with it if you got bored of the game. I don't know, the game was a huge letdown because we were waiting so long for this well-deserved sequel. Unfortunately, it was not what was deserved. The third one was even worse.
Number 1!
I had this really long love-hate relationship with AVP. I really wanted it to work, but it was just too glitchy. The multiplayer was a good idea, but unfortunately the bugs were just horrific. You could grab someone in the back from halfway across the map. The campaigns were really short, and the only good one was the humans, because you got down and dirty with it. The aliens was a joke. I finished it in like 10 minutes. I really liked the idea of this game, and it looked really good, but unfortunately it was just improperly done, with just too many bugs and no patches to help fix it. But all we can hope is that Gearbox actually gets it right. I know it's not AVP, but I don't really care. I'm an Aliens fan, and I just love their games. Well guys, that's a wrap. I know it's not the best, but that's my 10 disappointing games. And I know they're not the worst, but this is my first time doing a 10, and I'm planning on doing another one soon. So go ahead and leave a suggestion in the comments below. If not, I'm just going to pick one at random and do one again. Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching. Subscribe to be an awesome punk today, and more to come. You guys are awesome.
Out of style like 10 years ago. Suppose I got the swagger of a cripple. I got little biceps getting fat in the middle. And lyrically, I'm not the
Let's do it in my montage.
opposite of Randy Moss, and yet so